Hi, my dear friends. My name is Shine. I'm from New Delhi, India, and I greet you in the precious name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And I would like to share my testimony with you, and I hope you will be blessed by my testimony. And I was born and brought up in Christian family, but I was not a believer, and I was not believing on Jesus. I was not even going church with my family, but my family was doing ministry, all of my family, and they were serving the Lord for many years. And so, but I in my childhood, I was not going I was not interested in a religious thing, and I was like a rebellious child from my family. Even though like my family was a Christian and doing ministry, I never sit uh, with them in prayer. In my from childhood, I was a bad guy, and you can say when I was like 14 and 15, I was I was doing all the nonsense. I was started taking alcohol, taking like smoking and all the things that. And once I saw one picture, it's like related to mafia gang picture. It's like a Bollywood movie, and there was a one actor who become like from simple life become a big mafia person. And that picture I saw, and in my age of 15 to 16, that picture I saw, and I become like I had a desire to become like that person, having gun and beating people. And then that picture inspired me to like become like to one of that. So then I met some of my friends. They involved a lot of little bit selling drugs and doing alcohol, drinking alcohol, having small children. We started from the children gang, like in my area, 10 people, like age of 16 to 16 and 17. That age people like they small little they make a gang, and then they used to go out and they just go for bad things like drinking. And I started with them, but I have a desire to become a big fighter person. Like I saw in picture, there was one man who is like ruling to everyone, and he has a lot of people with him, and beating and doing, taking drugs, selling drugs. And suddenly one of my friend, he knows some people like over there, and he introduced me some of people like who is selling drugs and taking alcohol, and I was very interested to do that. And suddenly I involved this small in my town area mafia gang. Like they are not like the like professional, like they don't, they have some rule about, they only beat people and take drugs, and they want to show that we are boss of this town. So I just started with moving with them, and slowly I was taking drugs and so many things, taking alcohol, and my life become very worse, and my family was too much like worry about me. And even I was become ashamed to my family because of from Christian background, and their son is doing this all kind of nonsense, like fighting with people. Every day we fight with somebody and come back home, and so many people come my house complaining about me. And even I was studying in 10th class that time. I was not going school even. I supposed to go school, but I telling my parents I'm going school, but I'm going with my friends. And from like I have no attending class, and I was very weak, even don't know about, like it's hard for me to even read my language, like because I was not serious with study. So slowly I was growing, and I become like very worse guy from my town, and taking drugs, alcohol. Even I was selling the drugs, and all the people who are very famous doing bad things like beating and killing, I was working with them. Like so And because of these things my family was too worried, and they tried to share me many times about God's things and godly love, but I was not care about that. I was not caring about anybody. That I said, this is my life, I choose to do that. And then slowly my life was so worse, and I was not going school. Instead of going school, I was moving with friends and doing and beating people, and that was my life in past, what I did. And then my mother, she's the one that like inspired my life, and she tried to save my life, because if I have died in any fight those days, maybe she knows I'm choosing the hell. My life was worse. So she loves me, and she wants to save that he will become like I will become the godly child. But I was not listening to my mom also, and so many people tried for me, like they shared me gospel, but I didn't care about that. And slowly there was a many fight we did with people. And once I want to show you my family story, like what happened and how God changed my life. Once we fought with somebody, my uncle, and we had a fought with our area town with some local people, and we just after beating that guy, we just disappeared from that place, because we know that if we beat somebody, they will also come to beat us. So we just disappeared somewhere, and then suddenly my uncle, he come out from house, and they started fighting with them, my uncle and my grandfather. They almost killed my grandfather, and then they broke his head, and they cut his leg, and so many things. You cannot say he can live, but my family took him to hospital, to my grandfather and my uncle. They were 20 days in hospital, and from that incident I took an oath, like I want to finish up this family, I want to kill these people. And because I was having gun and all the things, and the gang I lives with them, the gun was a normal thing taking. And even my uncle, he inspired me. He said, you have to kill them, and I will be with you for killing, to finish you up. We have to take a revenge. So it was like burning desire in my heart to take a revenge of my family. But I used to take a lot of drugs, and every day I took like alcohol, and I was eating like medicine, and because it was like my life was so worse. And then one day I decided to I will bring a gun and I will kill them. But when I was making plan with my uncle and my mother, she came to know about these things. My uncle and we were planning to do these things, and she was too worried about that. And she told me that your uncle is making a plan to like you will kill them, you will go to jail, and he will not go with you jail, because he is only inspiring you to take a revenge. He will not be with you. So that was I understood a little bit about these things. Maybe this will be true, because she's my mother, she will not tell lie. So then because of taking too much drugs, my life become worse, and I desire came I should not leave this earth, because it was very shameful for me to live. And I just decided to I decided I will be suicide. I don't want to live in this. I just fed up, and even I cannot sleep without a pill, taking like pill. So then I slowly one of my church pastor in my hometown, my mother, she shared about my life, and he met me when I was studying with my friends, and he called me separate, and he told me that God's love you, why you're doing these things, and I was not listening to them. And then one more big fight happened, and one of my town famous guy who used to kill people, and he was with me. We drunk, and we are having gun, and we just had want to kill these people, and then these people complained to police, and they tried to want to file a case against. And then I was running from police, and then I asked my gang. They said you have to run, because if they catch you, they will ask you about the things, about the where is the gun and something like that. And then I decided that I should run, but I went to my brother house, cousin, and they were running the ministry. And then my sister husband, cousin, he was a pastor of that church, and he came to know this about situation. Again, he shared me about Jesus' love, and he said, if you repent today, God will save you from this problem. But I was not serious, and because I was not interested in Jesus. So, but in night when I was not taking food, they said, okay, let's ask forgiveness of that, to sorry to God if He can save me from this problem. So I did it like namesake, like formalities. I asked forgiveness to God. Lord, I'm feeling sorry, I am doing nonsense, I know it's not good. Then suddenly my mother, after 3 days, she called me and she said, you can come back home, there is no case against you, you come back home. And I was thinking that, even though I did not repent fully from heart, and still I got the answer of my prayer. And maybe this God is so powerful that can save from the problem. And then I started, whenever I go that time I didn't fully repent, and I keep on doing all the bad things. Then suddenly when I was in this drugs, and God's really, so many people share me this about godly love, and really God spoke to me, I love you, and leave these things. If you will die today, you will go to hell. And that word inspired me to change my life. Then I decided to not to involve this kind of like beating and taking alcohol, this kind of company. I want to live, but it was hard to live for me to this kind of people. Then it's become a challenge for me to live. Then my parents, what they decided, they sent me somewhere. They know that if I will live in this town, I will be never changed. So they sent me another town for like business or for job. But that was not a like job or business. They sent me to like in some theological college Bible study. But they didn't tell me where I'm going. They told me there is a great job you can do, you can earn, you can change your life. And it was shocked when I went there, and it was a Bible college. It's called like India Campus Crusade for Christ. They have like youth ministry and church planting ministry. And I went there. I was not even, I cannot read Bible, how to read a Bible. But then I just want to leave that place, because I thought I don't want to do this kind of study or Bible study. But still God spoke to me on that college, and He said, I love you. If you will not change your life, you will choosing the hell. So this was turning point of my life, and I changed from there. And then I started to serving the Lord. I did my leadership course, pastor training, and I was serving Haryana, almost many districts. Then I decided to go for a higher study. I did my Bachelor of Theology from India Bible Institute and Theological Seminary. So now I'm in Delhi and serving the Lord, and I have a gift, I'm doing discipling people, because Jesus said go and make disciples. As God changed my life, I decided to tell people like how God changed my life, and now I inspire from my testimony from my life to people. There is a God who can change your life. There is a God who wants to save you from hell. There is a God who loves you unconditionally. He died for your sin, and so He is waiting for you to come back home. So that's my life, how I changed. And now I'm in Delhi. God put me in capital of India to serving Him. I'm serving the Lord, like healing crusade, going everywhere, preaching gospel. There is no reaching to the unreached, helping poor people. I'm doing some relief work for them, and it's God who changed my life, and it can change anybody's life. If somebody is struggling with drugs, want to kill, want to suicide himself, but there is a God who is waiting for to come back home. That His name is Jesus. He loves you, and I'm serving now in India, many parts of India, like training people for gospel. And I hope you are blessed with this testimony. God bless you all. Thank you.